Welcome to the newest and innovative talk show, Ladies of Society, with your host, Queen, the black butterfly herself. Tune in to the hottest new show as Queen brings you the news from her queendom of controversy.
Welcome to this segment of Ladies of Society. I am your host, Queen, and I am so glad that you chose to share this evening with me. And make sure you tune in every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Hang out with us and definitely enjoy the show. I want to take a minute to thank every viewer out there who supports Ladies of Society. We appreciate you so much. And the feedback has been awesome from you guys personally emailing me, DMing me through Facebook and Instagram. And it is an honor and a pleasure to have this platform. And I want to thank you for allowing me to express myself and giving me a voice and a platform. Like I said, this is not just my talk show, this is our talk show, both locally and worldwide, and we will be bringing you all types of different events and individuals, their purposes, their cause. This is a show of inspiration, and unfortunately we do from time to time have to bring awareness about topics that bring you the real, the raw, the truth here on Ladies of Society. And if you would like to be a guest, definitely look at the bottom of the screen and email me your interest, your story, your product, whatever it is that you would like to showcase right here on Ladies of Society. Say it with me, Ladies of Society. I can hear y'all all the way in studio. I love it. I love it. I appreciate the love so much, and definitely your support. And we are going to give you the actual website where you can leave your comments, your reviews, your opinions, all of that great stuff, because we value it here at Ladies of Society. Now, on today's segment, we will be addressing homelessness and the epidemic going on worldwide. And we have an inspirational part of a couple. We have Jennifer Wright, and of course her husband Kevin is definitely a part of this purpose and this cause in an organization, Fleur's Dreaming, where they help the homeless here in Columbus, Ohio, and out of Louisville, Kentucky, which is where Jennifer is from. We want to showcase her and this inspirational purpose, and we need your support. So stay tuned here on Ladies of Society. She's coming up with this fabulous interview, and we want to get you all the important information, but we also want to hear the story and share it with you. And of course, check out now the new Queen's Glam Lashes commercial. Shout out to all the models who participated, and of course Chris who shot it. It was amazing, and I had a great time that day. So check it out now, and of course, get your pair today.
Queen's Glam Lash Line.
Queen's Glam Lashes. Purchase your very own Queen's Glam Lashes today at queensglamlashes.com, courtesy of Queen.
This show is being brought to you courtesy of Queen of Queens Productions, Modeling and Management. Welcome back to Ladies of Society, and I have Jennifer Wright with me here today, and we are so excited to have her as our guest. Viewers, listen, let me tell you about this fabulous lady I have sitting to my left. And of course, we cannot leave you out, Kevin. We know you're here in spirit. That's her husband, and he's a part of this too, so we want to make sure that we include him in this segment as well. So shout out to Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Say hi to your little book.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, honey. Okay, so Jennifer, first of all, Thank you for doing this interview. I really, really appreciate it. I love what you're doing. And please introduce yourself and your organization who helps so many people, not just here locally in Columbus, Ohio.
My organization is called Fleur's Dream. We started with an idea we were on vacation in New Orleans in, I think it was 2014, because this will be our 5-year anniversary coming up this October.
Wow, congratulations.
So, and it came from an idea from Kevin that the next time we came down, we were going to bring dog food in baggies for traveling teenagers. We thought they were homeless at the time, but then we found out that they were traveling. So that was his idea, and then I kind of expanded on it, and we did personal hygiene items.
Okay.
My stepdad was homeless for a while, and he passed in 2009. So I always said that I would honor his memory by doing something more for the homeless, because that was kind of his thing he did.
Awesome.
But we had 2 young kids at that time. Our boys were 6 and 9, so it took a while to get back, up and started.
Right.
But I think we're going now.
Okay, tell our viewers what it does.
Okay. So we have monthly outreach events. We have one in Columbus, and then we'll have one in Louisville. So we do this every single month. There's not a set weekend,
Right.
but we do it every single month, and we're always alternating months between Columbus and Louisville.
Now, when you set up these dates where you're having the actual outreach, is there a website where people can kind of follow you and know what dates and where you're going to be located?
Everything's on Facebook, and
Okay.
it's on the event. It's on our event. So we have everything right there, because what we usually do is we gather up at the end of an event and we say, okay, when can we get together with everybody again? And then we pick a weekend. It's always a Sunday, and the reason we started Sundays was because in Louisville, that's the only day the barbers are off.
Okay.
So we picked Sunday so that we could do it there, and most people said, no, I've got too much errands to run on Saturday, so we'll just get together for a couple of hours on Sunday and do this. But everything is on Facebook. All of our events, all of our fundraisers, excuse me, all of our information is all on Facebook.
What is the name of the site so that they can go to it and actually follow it, get information, make donations, whatever that may be, whatever it is that they want to contribute, we want to make sure that they have that information. And also, viewers, we're going to run it at the bottom of the screen so that way you can have it. But tell our viewers what that website is on Facebook.
It's Fleur's Dream, and it says Fleur's Dream Homeless Outreach. It's FLEUR''S and then DREAM. And it's on Facebook, and we are on Instagram also.
Okay, cool. As long as we get that information out there.
Okay.
Now, I want to talk to you about, my goodness, just the lives that you are impacting by doing this. And I want to know, when you're out there, making sure that you're distributing, do you get a chance to actually hear the stories of the individuals and what they've been through, how they got into this situation? Can you share that with us?
We do. I know one gentleman, I was standing with him in line while he was waiting with his 2 children to get, I think that day we were serving hamburgers on the grill. So he was standing there with his kids, and of course, number one, I said, it's my event. Let's move you and your kids up to the front of the line, because kids eat first.
That's right.
And then he was telling me that his wife had passed away suddenly. Wow. And they lost their house because they were 2-income family. They lost their home, and so he was living in the family shelter with his 2 kids.
Wow.
So that's one story. It's
so many.
It's a lot.
It's so many. When I knew that I was doing this interview with you, and you sent me, oh my goodness, a ton of things to review, and I had a chance to actually look at, some of your interviews, and they actually interviewed, a few individuals, and I'm telling you, they were so grateful and they were so appreciative. And I think some people get a misconception of being homeless, like oh, they became homeless because they got on drugs or because they're drinking. But no, it's so many different situations where people were blindsided and didn't even see it coming. And they always say that we are all one paycheck away from being homeless.
Sometimes it's not even one paycheck. Sometimes it's less than that. And a lot of times the homeless, you know, a lot of them are in shelters, but they're actually working. But housing is so expensive, and when you try to get an apartment, you have to have the first month's rent, the down payment, and it's hard for people, especially if you're working minimum wage, to get that large amount of cash up front. So a lot of them choose to just stay in the mission because they don't have much of an alternative, and it is a roof over their head.
Yeah. And then I think in some programs you actually have to have a physical address, and if they're homeless, how can they get help because they don't have physical addresses? Right. So that, I mean, there are so many different areas that this entire situation needs help in, and I'm just grateful, and I know those individuals and other people like-minded are grateful for organizations like yours who take the time and care enough to be able to help. I mean, when you think about hygiene items, we think that, oh, that's just so easy, you know, but a lot of these people, it's hard for them to come by these items. Am I right?
Right. Oh, absolutely. And we bring, when we go to an event, we bring a minimum of 100 items of each type. So we bring at least 100 shampoos, at least 100 soaps, body wash, deodorant, men's and women's, because women do not want to wear men's deodorant. Right.
So and our body chemistries are different.
Right.
You know,
and women's hygiene, we bring that. We bring socks, because a lot of the missions, they make you leave at a certain time. So the homeless are walking around. Well, they go through their socks a lot. So we try to bring socks to every event. We do bring clothing. Some events we've had way too many clothes, more than we can handle, but we always try to have something that they can find, that they can just take and they can use.
Wow. Well, we're going to have more of this interview. We're going to take a break. We got to pay some bills. This is your host, Queen, on Ladies of Society, and I have this fabulous shero of the community with me today, Miss Jennifer Wright. And Kevin, we got you in mind and in spirit, sweetheart. We're taking this break. We'll be right back. Ladies of Society. This show is being brought to you courtesy of Queen of Queens Productions, Modeling and Management. Welcome back to Ladies of Society, the talk show for women and the men who love us. Now, let's get back into it, because this is so near and dear to my heart and important, because we want to be that spark of change to help. And we're going to get back into this interview with Miss Jennifer Wright and her wonderful organization, Fleur's Dream Organization. They help the homeless community, and of course, what do we want to do? Support, support, support. So Jennifer, first of all, there's some things I want to go back, because I want to make sure that our viewers get every detail of what it is that you do. With all the different supplies that you take each and every time you do your outreach to the homeless, how much supplies would you say that you need as a whole?
Well, we usually bring, I'd say 600 to 700 hygiene items.
Wow.
We bring usually over 100 washcloths. That's something that people don't think of, because we bring washcloths to the events. Something that definitely isn't thought of is toilet paper.
Right.
We bring a lot of toilet paper. Even the people that go in the missions, one of the times we were having an event inside a mission in Louisville, I couldn't understand why the people were taking toilet paper, but we always bring toilet paper anyway. And I went to the restroom across the hall, and of course there was no toilet paper. I thought, that's why they wanted toilet paper, because there's never any toilet paper
here.
Never
any toilet paper.
So we go through a lot of things. We usually bring about 250 pair of socks. and we bring enough food to feed at least 200 to 300 people.
So you make sure that each individual who comes or attends or who's out there walks away with something.
Yeah, and we just kind of, some people that come to help us, they want to bag everything, but what we learned the first time we went to New Orleans, that they only want what they want. So oftentimes they don't need toothbrushes, or they may not need deodorant at that time because they've got a supply of it. So they want to leave that. So they don't necessarily want to take that with them.
That's awesome. Like they're really considerate of the next person.
So well, when you think about it, if somebody's truly homeless and not living in a mission, they have to carry everything. So they only want to take what they need and what they can carry. They don't want anything that's not useful to them.
Okay, so when you're out there and you're distributing these products, do you do it by season? Because I know as the seasons change, the needs change.
Absolutely.
So when in those winter months, how do you deal with that?
Well, in winter months, we also we add hand warmers. So last year we went through 2,000 hand warmers.
Wow.
CVS and Walgreens. I think I hit everyone in town to buy the hand warmers, and I just held them in. I did that it was last spring. So once they became on sale, I bought them all, put them in my garage, and then once the winter season came, then we just would take at least 100 pair of hand warmers to every event, and we would hand them out. We always make sure that we have hats and gloves and scarves during those months. So we do kind of change it up. And one event we brought over 100 coats, and we had so many donations that event that the person that brought the coats to the event went back with more than 100 coats because somebody had brought, well over a lot of coats with them. And something I want to mention is that we say we're a homeless outreach, but we've also kind of changed that. We say we're there for the homeless and the underserved.
Okay.
So if somebody comes to an event, they may be struggling, they may not live in the mission, but we never ask, are you homeless? Are you living in the mission? If somebody is hungry and they show up, then we feed them. We feed them. If somebody needs some supplies, we're going to give it to them. We don't ask questions. It's there. If you want it, you just grab it and take it. So we do try to help the people because some people, their money that may all go towards having a home and a roof over their head. Yeah. So having shampoo or having nice deodorant may go
luxuries.
Exactly. So we make sure that that's okay. We don't care.
Right.
Just grab
we're
it.
not here to hear your story, to pry in your business or anything of that nature. So that makes it easy for you to help, because when you make it about that, then people tend to shy away.
They do, and we don't want to keep anybody away. If somebody rides up in a car, that's okay. That's okay.
That's okay.
It's just, we do our thing, and we're not here to judge. We just hand it out and tell them, God love you.
Awesome. Jennifer, I could talk to you all day. Of course I can. But what I want to ask you is, I know that you've probably encountered so many different people, here in Columbus, Ohio, and, of course, your hometown, Louisville, Kentucky.
Right.
But what I want to know is, can you share with me and our viewers some of the most inspirational, impacting individuals that you've met thus far in your journey?
Well, I know it was March of last year. We met a young lady. Her name was Samantha. Well, it still is named Samantha. And her daughter Riley. And they came over from the mission. Her daughter was 4 at the time. And, she had left a domestic violence situation.
Oh, wow.
And so she ended up in the mission. And so we kept in contact, and she ended up getting an apartment because she knew she wanted to leave the mission, and she's worked hard. We were able to help get her a stove and a refrigerator and a microwave, and we really tried to help her as much as because a lot of us have excess.
Yeah, definitely.
So, or Facebook Marketplace is a great place to look for cheap things.
It is.
So we were able to connect with people and to get those for her. She's now working a full-time job at UPS. She's going to school. She's going for her medical. I think she's doing either STNA or medical assistant. She just texted me before the show, and we were chatting back and forth, and she said, so, I don't know if I think I want to keep going, what would you do? But she did lift herself up out of that situation. Wow. And she's very grateful for what she has, but, and again, it's not that there are people, that's not everybody's on drugs or they're alcoholics, and really, if they are,
they still need help.
Exactly. We're not gonna, not give them stuff because of that. So, but she was able to lift herself by her bootstraps, and she was able to carry on. And she's a great mom. She rides an hour and a half across town by bus, one way, to get to work every day. And the same way on the way home. So, that's perseverance right there.
Yeah, definitely.
That's perseverance.
And I'd like to contribute the fact that, even if it's a stranger, Jennifer, and you have somebody reach out to help you, that's motivation to push forward. Mm-hmm. That gives you hope, and I have to just say that the individuals that you guys help with your organization, I'm sure, appreciate you guys so much, even if you don't know what their end result turns out to be, because you do it periodically throughout the month, and you may not see that individual on a consistent basis. But I'm almost sure, just know that you are impacting these individuals' lives in a huge way, and I just think it's inspirational.
Well, sometimes it's just a kind word. Kindness goes a long way.
It does.
When you're nice to somebody else, it makes them feel better about themselves. And in Louisville, we have barbers that come to every event. And it's amazing to see somebody that comes in and gets a haircut like they would if they walked into a shop. Right. They get a haircut, they get a shave, and just the change in them is miraculous.
Yeah, because they feel like human beings again. They feel like, I'm taking a little pride in myself now. And that's an awesome thing. That's an awesome thing. Now, one of the things that I know that I paid attention to in researching everything that you do, of course, it's everything that you battle as well. And I know that there was a situation with the barbers contributing, and I want to be able to shed some light on that, but I also want to be able to reach out to my viewers for solutions in what can be done to actually bring that back to part of your outreach program. And I want you to share with our viewers just a little bit of that story, and because we know what I'm talking about, but they don't.
Well, I know in Louisville we had a very large event. It was about 2 years ago, and somebody had contacted the TV station to come out and to videotape the event. And the barber board down in Louisville saw that and said, wait a minute, they're not supposed to be out there cutting hair. So, but the barber board was great. They worked with us. And they said, okay, so you have to apply for a demonstration application. So every month that we do an outreach down there, we have to pay $100 to get the application done. And that's 100 shampoos right there. So, but we have to do it because we want to make sure that the people have the access to the barbers. We got a sync to make sure we were compliant. So every event down in Louisville, we have barbers. But here in Ohio, from my understanding, is that the Ohio Barber Board does not allow barbers to cut outside of any shop. Mm-hmm. So it would be great if there was some sort of solution. And usually, I'm so busy I haven't had a chance to follow back up on that.
Right.
But it would be great if we could get the barber, if any barbers or hairstylists, to come back and to cut hair for us, because it really does make a big difference with the
I imagine it
with
does.
the people.
And also, in doing that, it allows these individuals to look presentable
For
to
job
go out
interviews,
for job
and-
interviews,
yeah.
of course. So we definitely, viewers, need your help on this situation, because we want to not just share the story, but we want to also be a resolution to whatever it is to make this better and continue to help. And of course, continue to support this organization in helping these individuals. So if anyone has any ideas, any resolutions, you want to volunteer, and even offering to pay for whatever it is that needs to be done to make this happen, definitely reach out through the website and speak with Jennifer Wright. You can definitely reach out to this show, and we will pass that information on to her. Whatever we need to do to make this possible. I know that in having these barbers present, it helps these individuals feel a whole lot better, pick up their spirits, give them the confidence that they need, and possibly to land that job that they need. So we want to continue to make sure that everything that is needed in this aspect that you get.
That would be great.
That would be awesome. So, and I know here at Ladies of Society, we definitely plan on contributing as well, not just in sharing this story, but being a part of it and being a part of the help. So, and make sure you pay attention to the website so you can actually come out, donate, support, all of that great stuff, and you just may see us there. So Jennifer, let me know what else it is that you would like for our viewers to know.
Just be kind, and if you ever have an opportunity to volunteer, do it, because once you do, it changes your life.
It does.
You just want to do more, and you know, our outreach events, we do one every month. Again, we alternate between the two cities, but we also we added a lunch at the end of the month, just because there are a lot of people in need. So we go down. We're doing a meal. We just started, but it's going to be the last Sunday of the month, and we're going to do a luncheon. I mean, people need a lot of help. So if you see an opportunity to volunteer, help somebody out, do it. And one thing that my stepdad told me, if you see somebody and they ask you for money, or they ask you for something, you know, for something that you have, give it to them if you feel compelled to give it to them. And if they use it to go do something that's, you know, you hope that they go out and they buy carrots and a salad, and they go buy them a 6-pack of beer, that's on them.
Right.
You give without limitations, and that's what we try to do. That's why I said, you know, we don't ask people what their status is. We don't care. If you feel like you need it, it's there for you to take. So, but yeah, volunteer, support your community, because the communities are hurting.
Yes,
they're hurting
definitely.
indeed.
Definitely. Well, Jennifer, we appreciate you being here. And definitely showcasing, you know, what it is that you do for the community. And we just want to pay homage to Miss Jennifer Wright and her wonderful husband, Kevin, for doing this amazing work for the community. I am your host, Queen. This is Ladies of Society. Thank you for joining us this evening, and make sure you tune in next Thursday at 7 p.m. Mwah. Love you. Peace. This show is being brought to you courtesy of Queen of Queens Productions, Modeling and Management.
Hi, I'm Queen, the host of the hottest new talk show, Ladies of Society, the talk show for women and the men who love us. Tune in every Thursday at 7 p.m., airing on Bounce TV 23 Columbus, courtesy of Queen of Queens Productions, Modeling and Management.